this morning or every time. Hoping that you all are having a great morning so far. So just keep it locked. The news comes up next right here on DBS.
To make a little bakes in this little ghetto hamlet called Silver Lake, with a population less than 100 strong, yet everybody seems to have a gun. I remember the day they shot my older brother down. Just yesterday they shot my big sister to the ground, and I'm just a child, a 12-year-old child, trying to convince my mother never to go outside. Mama, let's never go outside in Silver Lake again.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Discover Dominic Authority DDA promises energy and a spectacle as Mass Dominic 2025 opens officially later today. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley gets one of Suriname's highest national awards, and Gaza ceasefire to begin on Sunday. In the morning sports report, the West Indies under pressure in test match with Pakistan. Details of the morning news right after this.
Tune in to Calypso Moments this Saturday on DBS Radio. The program makes its return for the carnival season. 8 a.m. this Saturday on both the radio and our social media platforms. Compliments AC Shillingford and Company Limited on National Broadcaster DBS Radio. Calypso Moments. Tune in.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. Discover Dominica Authority DDA is promising energy and a spectacle on the streets of Roso for the official opening and national parade for Mass Dominic 2025 later today. Close to 1,000 groups and individuals have registered for the event. Here is the communication specialist at Discover Dominica Authority, Monel Alexis.
It is anticipated to be a very energetic and spectacular display of all things Dominica for Mass Dominic. So we start 3 p.m. and we begin at the Portersville waterfront. So we're asking the floats and bands to assemble on the E.O. Libla Highway between Public Works Department, and from the assemblage point, the parade will move southward along E.O. Libla Highway, southward along Goodwill Road onto Independence Street, southward along Independence Street, westward along King George V Street, northward along James Eugenia Charles Boulevard, eastward along Kennedy Avenue, and then onto the Windsor Park Sports Stadium for the after party. So the after party, there's a band splash happening at the forecourt of the stadium at the end of the parade, sometime about 7:30 p.m. Something very interesting is going to be happening on the Bayfront. So about 4:30 p.m., we want everyone to congregate, come around the Bayfront. Something spectacular is going to be happening. The first thing we're going to do is the tribute for Crazy T. We value his contributions to Mass Dominic over the years. So a tribute will be done for him there. And we're going to get the keys to the city. So the mayor of Roso will hand over the key to Mr. Gerald Kuzlatik, who is the chair of Dominica Festivals Committee. And after that, the excitement continues. So there's a stage on the Bayfront. The different bands, they will cross the stage. And before they get off the stage, they will do a nice little display for us at the Bayfront. So if you want to witness the display from the different bands and the different groups, then you have to be at the Bayfront from about 4:30 p.m. And the after party, again, very exciting. We have acts like Triple K performing. There is all different Sunrise artists who are performing. There's Litterman, there's Nai, there's a Kwan performing, DJ Taffy performing at the after party. And admission is only $15 EC. It will start about 7:30 and run until 10 p.m.
And that's Monel Alexis, the communication specialist at Discover Dominica Authority. Ayodele Andrew is the events manager at the DDA.
There are a few elements. I think there's quite a bit of excitement because for Dominica, like the eyes of the world is on us because must commend our artists. Bouillon Music has been penetrating, the entertainment market, music fets all around the world. And I mean that when I say it. For Mass Dominic 2025, it's like we're under the microscope. So we want to ensure that we show the world really who we are. Because they'll be looking in. And that is something that we want to really feature at the official opening and national parade. So the parade commences along the E.O. Libla Highway into Roso as the route that has been established. And the parade commences at 3 p.m. and comes along. When the parade comes along to the Bayfront, we have the major spectacle as the bands are crossing along. So all the groups, bands, everybody participating in the parade will go across that stage, across that performance area, and then the parade continues on. Would you believe me if I tell you how many participants we have in the parade? We're nearly at 1,000 registered individuals in terms of numbers. And we think that there are some people who have not registered who may show up. These are the people who are registered. Nearly 1,000 people registered, ready to give you a taste, a snippet of what Dominica Carnival is, about who we are as a people, our history, our culture, our heritage on full display.
And that's the events manager at Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew. Other news this morning, the Superintendent of Police, Jeffrey James, has encouraged revelers to ensure that the opening of Carnival is safe. He says the police will be out in their numbers during the day.
We urge everyone to embrace a spirit of joy and respect. Please remember that this is a family-friendly event. Offensive language, violence, robbery, theft, drinking and driving, smoking of cannabis in the public, or any form of criminal activity will not be tolerated. And I must inform you that offenders or people who are bent on committing crimes, they will be swiftly arrested and be dealt with according to the law. Our police presence will be heightened to ensure safety and prevent any criminal activity. We ask for your cooperation in making this year's carnival opening enjoyable for all. Let's work together to create a safe and festive atmosphere. Enjoy the celebrations responsibly.
Superintendent of Police Jeffrey James. Events coordinators are being encouraged to collaborate with the Environmental Health Department for Mass Dominic 2025 celebration. Kalma Louis, the Senior Environmental Health Officer for Food Safety, highlighted the need for food handlers to be certified and comply with health standards.
So this year we have a call for event coordinators and organizers to contact the Environmental Health Department with their plan details or activities so we can monitor your activities. Additionally, coordinators must ensure that all food vendors at their events are certified food handlers by the Environmental Health Department. Compliance is essential for us for the safety and the success of the real mass. We are committed to making Mass Dominic 2025 not only a joyous occasion, but also a safe one. The Environmental Health Department will be working tirelessly to ensure food offered during the event meets the highest safety standards. However, food safety, it is a shared responsibility. We rely on the event coordinators, the vendors, and the public to work together in keeping our carnival safe and healthy.
Senior Environmental Health Officer Kalma Louis. Dominica's minimum wage is to be reviewed this year. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says a mechanism will be put in place next month to better advise government on the matter.
One of the things that we're going to be looking at this year is the issue of the minimum wage. We reviewed it a few years ago, but we recognize that the issue of cost of living is affecting some families, and those who are under the minimum wage, who do not have the ability to negotiate their own wage, that the government has to find a way of addressing their wage situation, to give them the increased buffer between what they're getting and the cost of goods and services. And so we'll be putting a mechanism in place next month so we can advise the cabinet on what will be the new rates for minimum wage in Dominica, to give those of us who want a minimum wage a better opportunity in Dominica. And so we are committed and dedicated to the future. All of these projects, they're all interconnected.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Other news related to Carnival. Parliamentary Representative for Roso Central, Melissa Popon Skerrit, says the constituency is ready to receive thousands of revelers who will descend on Roso for the opening of the Carnival season later today. This year, the route for the opening will be different, as groups will leave Pottersville at 3 in the afternoon to parade into the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard.
So today, I invite you to celebrate Roso, our nation's heartbeat, and the center stage where Carnival magic comes alive. Our streets, so rich with history, are about to transform into a vibrant display of color, rhythm, and culture. A true showcase of what makes Dominica extraordinary. Mass Dominic is a living, breathing expression of who we are as a people. It celebrates our creativity, our heritage, and our deep connection to one another. It is a time for all of us to come together as one community, united by the joyous rhythms of calypso and bouillon and the dazzling craftsmanship of our costumes. But Mass Dominic is also an engine for growth. It powers our local economy, opening doors for our small businesses, our vendors, our artisans to all thrive.
And that's the parliamentary representative for the Roso Central constituency, Melissa Popon Skerrit. She said each individual needs to ensure that Roso is kept in a state to welcome many visitors.
As visitors flood into our city, they experience the warmth of our hospitality, the richness of our culture, and the vibrancy of our streets. Roso is ready to welcome them with open arms. So today I want to acknowledge the tremendous effort it takes to bring this celebration to life. To the residents of Roso, the hard-working businesses, our dedicated sponsors, the law enforcement officers, and every single organizer, thank you. Thank you for your exceptional contributions. As we prepare to immerse ourselves in the revelry, let us also commit to keeping Roso clean, safe, and welcoming for all. Carnival belongs to each of us, and it is our collective responsibility to preserve the beauty and the joy that it brings. So as the rhythms of Mass Dominic begin to pulse through our city, I encourage everyone to dive into the festivities with energy and pride. Let's show the world why Roso is the undisputed capital of Carnival in Dominica. Mass Dominic 2025 has arrived. I welcome you to the city of Roso.
Roso Central MP Melissa Popon-Skerrit. Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados has received one of Suriname's highest national awards for what the President of Suriname said was an exceptional contribution to the relationship between the two countries, her leadership within CARICOM, and the commitment to the region. He bestowed the Grand Cordon in the Order of the Palm on the visiting Barbados leader. The President praised Mottley for her visionary leadership, unwavering dedication, and steadfast adherence to the principles of the Caribbean community since taking office in 2018. He added, her term of office has been marked by significant initiatives that have advanced Barbados and strengthened regional ties. Finally, the Gaza ceasefire is beginning to unfold. It will begin tomorrow morning after Israel approved the deal, clearing the way for the first hostages and Palestinian prisoners to be exchanged. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Searching for the perfect Christmas gift? This season, give your loved ones gifts that grow, gifts of lasting joy. At the National Bank of Dominica Limited, we are offering exclusive holiday deals on pre-approved credit cards and unsecured loans to help you build a secure future for those who matter most. Sign up today and you can win a $1,000 shopping spree. The National Bank of Dominica Board of Directors invites all shareholders to Cocktails and Calypso, the annual Shareholders Forum, Thursday, January 30th, 2025 at the Fort Young Hotel. Get informed, understanding the annual report and financial statements by facilitator Dr. Robertine Chatterton. Pre-registration is required for shareholders attending the forum online. Visit nbddominica.com or NBD's social media platform for registration links and instructions. Join us as we mix business insights with vibrant culture. NBD's Cocktails and Calypso, the annual Shareholders Forum 2025.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with not very good news for the West Indies. Let's hope they can fight back to be back in that test match with Pakistan. They were putting the West Indies under pressure on the second day of the first test match in Pakistan. Pakistan were dismissed for 230 batting first. Shakil had 84, Mohammad Rizwan 71, and Jaden Seals 3 for 27. Jomel Warwican 3 for 69, Kevin Sinclair 2 for 61. Well, the West Indies replying to the Pakistan first innings score of 230. The West Indies were dismissed for 137. That they were 9 for 91 at one stage. Norman Ali had 5 for 39 and Sajid Khan 4 for 65. Let's see if we can bring you the scorers for the West Indies in that match. Let's see who scored for the West Indies in that 137. So the top scorers for the West Indies, we will bring that to you a little later on. But Pakistan batting again, they were 92 for 2. In fact, Pakistan, they're 92 for 2 in the second innings. Let's look at the West Indies first innings score of 137. Craig Brathwaite made 11. Mikhail Louis had, he had 1. The other scorers, Casey Catty did not score. Kavem Hodge made 4. And we had Alec Athanase with 6. We had Justin Greaves with 4. And Tevin Imlak had 6. Kevin Sinclair, in fact, did not get many. The West Indies stumbling for 137. Pakistan batting again, 92 for 2. Let's look at the score so far. Pakistan 230 and 92 for 2. The West Indies 137. So that's the updated scores on the second day of the test match. The West Indies and Pakistan. Meanwhile, cricket commentator Fazia Mohammed says the decision to drop the vice-captain Joshua De Silva is warranted. De Silva was dropped following a string of low scores. He's been replaced in the side by Tevin Imlak.
Well, I think it's a bold move. When you look at the fact that he really hasn't contributed in the last 2 series against Bangladesh and South Africa, and they therefore sending a message to him as well, because clearly having elevated him to the vice captaincy, they would have seen him as someone with some leadership potential. But having done that, you've got to contribute. Yes, behind the stumps, he's reasonably safe. He is prone to the odd error, but again, with such a weak batting lineup, you're expected to contribute a bit more than averaging 22, as he did all of last year, even though he had a few good bits in the series against England earlier in the year as well. So it's not surprising, but again, I think it's more about sending a message. And yes, he's been dropped, but as we've discussed it already, even talking about the India-Australia series, there seems to be this fear of saying that someone has been dropped. Well, he's been dropped. And therefore, the message has been sent to him that he needs to be far more productive with the bat to get back in the team.
And that's the cricket commentator Fazia Mohammed. Defending champions in the sports division secondary schools netball tournament, the Convent High School kept their perfect record intact as they picked up wins in the under 16 and under 20 divisions of that competition in Marigot on Friday. The Convent High School under 20 team took down the Northeast Comprehensive, winning easily 59 goals to 4. Kenya John led the way with 30 goals from 39 attempts. Monique Edwards added 29 from 43 attempts for the Convent High School. Meanwhile, the defending under-16 champions, the Convent High School, beat Northeast Comprehensive 25 goals to 7. Norlis Didier made 18 goals from 24 tries, and Gregoire had 7 from 9 attempts. Meanwhile, over at the Windsor Park, in the under-16 division, Castlebrue Secondary School defeated the Goodwill Secondary School 22 goals to 13. Selena Winston converted 16 from her 27 attempts for the Castlebrue Secondary School, while Mary Montum made 8 from 14 for the Goodwill Secondary School. And the Portsmouth Secondary School made light work out of the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, winning 27 goals to 3. Shooting for the Portsmouth Secondary School, Stacey Henry scored 16 from 18 tries, and Joel Benjamin 11 from 13. And in the under 20 division, Academics School of Learning hammered the Wesley High School 68 goals to 8. Shooting for Academic School of Learning, Alejandra Burton got 29 from 33 attempts. Marisa Andrew 39 from 45 attempts. And for the Portsmouth Secondary School, they beat the Goodwill Secondary School 36 goals to 13. Shanita Casey scored 23 from 32 tries for the Portsmouth Secondary School. Let's go back to some cricket news. The second vice president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Liam Sebastian, says preparations are moving along smoothly for the hosting of the regional cricket in Dominica in February. The Windsor Park will host its first regional match in a few years when the Windward Island Volcanoes play host to the Combined Campuses and Colleges, CCC, in a 4-day match starting on the 12th of February. Sebastian is hoping for a successful game to help Dominica's chances of landing an international match later this year.
Our third game, the last game before the end of the first block, is in Dominica from the 12th to the 15th. So we arrive, God's spare, on the Sunday, and then the match starts on the Wednesday against the combined campuses and colleges. So that is a game I'm sure a lot of us will be looking forward to, because first-class cricket hasn't been played in Dominica for a while. So not only that, from my point of view, knowing the caliber of players that we have, is the expectation and the anticipation that we'll have a few Dominicans on show, which will obviously be expecting the support to come out for the local boys, particularly, and then obviously support for the team. So yes, that game is on the third round match, but before that we have the two games, which is in St. Vincent, Jamaica Scorpions, and then Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, which is a day-night match in the second round, and then we come to Dominica. In February is a good yardstick for maybe an exhibition if we have to host a test match or so, because a lot will be looked at in terms of how the pitch is going to play. Because as you remember, the pitch was relayed sometime last year. So I expect that, Cricket West Indies will be looking at that, and also considering the other factors, the crowd support, and maybe having the local guys on show as well should work in our favor if there are the discussions for that.
And that's the second vice president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Liam Sebastian. Cassibru Secondary School are through to the finals of the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under 17 football competition. They edged out the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School 2 goals to 1 at Newtown Friday in the playoff match. 2 goals in the first half of play by Taron George was all it took to give the Cassibru Secondary School the victory. Omari Matthew scored the lone goal for Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. Cassibru Secondary School, they will be up against the Dominica Grammar School in the final of the Under 17 division. Meantime, in the Under 13 and Under division, the Cassibru Secondary School defeated Pierre Charles Secondary School by 6 goals to 0. Malachi Joseph got a hat-trick, Noah Reed got a brace, and Roxanne Coppel won for the Cassibru Secondary School. Meantime, in the DFA action, St. Joseph FC are into the finals of the DFA Division 1 League, and more importantly, just 1 win away from a guaranteed Premier League football. St. Joseph took down the RC Doctors and will meet the winner of the other semi-final match between the Do It Center Mighty Avengers and DSFC. That game was scheduled for Thursday but was postponed at the 11th hour. The two teams, they were scheduled to meet at 6 p.m. to resume their match, which was stopped prematurely in the first half back in November. That semi-final game between the Do It Center Mighty Avengers and DSFC will now be played on Sunday. This now means that the third place match will be played next Wednesday, and the final of the Division 1 competition will be held next Thursday. Some table tennis news. The top table tennis players in Dominica will be on show this weekend as the Dominica Table Tennis Association stages its first national tournament for 2025 at the Massac Indoor Facility on Sunday. The tournament will see competition in the Under 13, the Under 15, Under 18 boys and girls, and the seniors male and female division. President of the Dominica Table Tennis Association, Peter Later, says the association is looking forward to an exciting competition.
The Dominica Table Tennis Association is proud to announce its 2025 National Table Tennis Championships to be held this weekend, Saturday the 18th, at the Massac Sports Complex from 10 a.m. It has been years since we have had a national table tennis tournament, and we are elated to see it back on stream, and we'll ensure it continues. This tournament is all about ranking our players, bragging rights for the players, and we call on the public to come on down to the Massac Sports Complex on Saturday to support all table tennis players. The categories for this tournament is boys and girls under 13, boys and girls under 15, boys and girls under 18, and seniors, men and women. Table tennis is one of the more exciting sports to watch. It is said that it is the fastest reflex sport on the face of the earth. We just call on the public to come on down to the Massac Sports Complex to support table tennis.
And that's the president of the Dominica Table Tennis Association, Peter Later. That too is a look at the DBS morning news and sports. We will bring you another news bulletin at 1:15. And of course, Joseph Fadul, its coverage all the way in the course of the afternoon for the official opening parade of Mass Dominic 2025. Our team of broadcasters are already in place, the technical team. They've put things in place, and we expect to have a very good broadcast. From just around 2:45 this afternoon, we begin from Pottersville, heading to Roso, and then at the Bayfront, DBS will be on course to bring you the broadcast this afternoon. Some things are happening on DBS in the morning. I've told you about the afternoon, but this morning, just under 30 minutes from now, we bring you the program Calypso Moments. It's the first edition of Calypso Moments for 2025. Who do we have in the studios this morning? Carlisle John Baptiste, Erickson the Gallery, and Duncan Stowe. You don't want to miss Calypso Moments, 8 o'clock this morning in just under 29 minutes. Again, the panelists in studios this morning, Duncan Stowe, Carlisle John Baptiste, and Erickson the Gallery. And at 9 o'clock this morning, connecting the dots, Ivona John Baptiste Luge and Nigel Francis, they will bring you Connecting the Dots. Who do we have in this morning? Trendsetter, Narin Murphy, a banker, a Calypsonian. He's now the treasurer of the Dominica Calypso Association. Joseph Fadul, many years ago, when the Trendsetter began his Calypso career, I heard him one year, I heard him the following year. I went to him and told him, you will win the Calypso crown one day. I think he has disappointed me. He's not been able to win the Calypso crown over many years. Could it be his year this year? The Trendsetter? Who knows? He is here this morning. He will talk to Ivona John Baptiste Luge and Nigel Francis. I suspect he's going to tell them it could be his year this year. You don't want to miss Connecting the Dots this morning at 9 o'clock. Well, Joseph Fadul, again, thank you very much for linking the news throughout the week. We thank you for your contribution towards the news department. Curtis Matthew saying good morning. More news at 1:15.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS.
Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the Insert of the Package right here on DBS. This morning's Insert of the Package is brought to you compliments of our good friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, low toll, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at analowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit us today. Just walk in and be happy you did.
And this morning's insert of the package will come from the morning news, where we can tell you that the Discover Dominica Authority is promising energy and a spectacle on the streets of Roso for the official opening and the national parade for Mass Dominic 2025 later today. Close to 1,000 groups and individuals have registered for the event. Here now is the events manager at the Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew.
There are a few elements. I think there's quite a bit of excitement because for Dominica, like the eyes of the world is on us because must commend our artists. Bouillon Music has been penetrating, the entertainment market, music fets all around the world. And I mean that when I say it. For Mass Dominic 2025, it's like we're under the microscope. So we want to ensure that we show the world really who we are. And because they'll be looking in. And that is something that we want to really feature at the official opening and national parade. So the parade commences along the E.O. Libla Highway into Roso as the route that has been established. And the parade commences at 3 p.m. and comes along. When the parade comes along to the Bayfront, we have the major spectacle as the bands are crossing along. So all the groups, bands, everybody participating in the parade will go across that stage, across that performance area, and then the parade continues on. Would you believe me if I tell you how many participants we have in the parade? We're nearly at 1,000 registered individuals in terms of numbers. And we think that there are some people who have not registered who may show up. These are the people who are registered. Nearly 1,000 people registered, ready to give you a taste, a snippet of what Dominica Carnival is, about who we are as a people, our history, our cultural heritage on full display.
Events manager at the Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew. And of course, we've just presented to you this morning's edition of the insert of the package right here on your nation station, DBS Radio. Let's bring you this morning's edition of the Weather Report. This morning's edition of the Weather Report is brought to you compliments of our good friends at Flow and the Big Edge.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the Weather Report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got big edge for those days when you're running low. Big edge is the place to go. Big edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan.
In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
And we say a special good morning to Karen Basil Lawrence with this morning's edition of the Weather Report on your nation station, DBS. Good morning to you, Karen Basil Lawrence.
Good morning. The weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service at the Douglas Charles Airport for today, Saturday, January the 18th, recorded at 7 a.m. The weather for this morning and this afternoon is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with a few showers. And tonight, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with scattered showers. At 7 a.m., the weather at Douglas Charles was cloudy with adjacent showers. The winds were coming from the east-southeast at 9 knots or 17 kilometers per hour. The air temperature was 23 degrees Celsius or 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Rainfall measured yesterday at Douglas Charles was 0.5 millimeters. The total rainfall for the month so far is 88.1 millimeters. Sunsets today will be at 5:57 p.m. and the sunrise tomorrow at 6:36 a.m. The next high tide today will be at 6:25 p.m. and the next low tide at 12:30 p.m. The weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. A ridge pattern is becoming the dominant feature across the area. An increase in wind speeds together with low-level clouds within the wind flow are expected to produce occasional cloudiness with scattered showers across the area during the next 24 hours. Breezy conditions are expected to continue into the weekend and next week. Moderate seas are expected during the weekend, with swells expected to peak to 8 feet along the western, northern through eastern coastlines. Small craft operators and the sea beavers are advised to be on alert for above normal seas and strong breaking waves on shore. All users of the sea, people living near the coast or traversing coastal areas, are advised to be on alert and to take the necessary precautions. The synopsis, a ridge pattern is a dominant feature. The weather for this morning and this afternoon is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with a few showers. And tonight, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with scattered showers. The winds will come from the northeast through to the east at 15 to 40 kilometers per hour. The seas will be moderate in open water with waves of 1.5 to 2.5 meters or 5 to 8 feet. A high surf advisory and a small craft advisory are now in effect. For up-to-date information on weather conditions, log on to our website at weather.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, our name is Dominica Meteorological Service. Follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met. Add us to your list of WhatsApp channels. Our number is 618-3469 or call 266-4490 for further information. From the Met Office at the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Karen Basil Lawrence.
Thank you very much, Karen Basil Lawrence, for this morning's edition of the Weather Report live on your nation station, DBS Radio. Of course, just to be on the alert based on what she said. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please be on the alert. All right, let's bring you this morning's edition of the DBS Radio General announcements on the Community Bulletin Board right now.
And now, your Community Bulletin Board.
And welcome to the morning edition of the DBS Radio General announcements on the Community Bulletin Board. It's the 18th day of January 2025. This morning's edition of the General announcements and what's on the Community Bulletin Board are brought to you compliments Valley Engineering.
Doudou, ou te obligé à bawase moi mitan la oui Roso comme ça? An wale côté Valley Engineering pour manger zafen.
Get back on track. At Valley Engineering, we offer a wide range of high-quality auto spare parts designed to keep your vehicle running smoothly and efficiently. We offer the best parts and accessories at affordable prices. Ensure safety and reliability for every journey. Come to Valley Engineering. Our experienced and knowledgeable staff will gladly assist you. Call 448-5008, 448-2279, or 615-1310. Valley Engineering, 64 years of service to the people of Dominica.
Valley Engineering, merci en l'eau, merci en chai, merci autant.
Thanks again for your continued patronage.